Enjoy the convenience of 7 days a week banking and extended hours with Cube from First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you getting this early?
Yeah, I get this early always. It's between 6 to 8.
You said that last week, but well, you're right. It is 7:30, but we won't keep you long. We don't want to interrupt your haircut.
No, you don't want to be talking and then somebody then their edge not get hit right.
You got the.
Nah.
That's right. You want to make sure it's perfect. You got the Aggies this week. I was looking. I guess you were down there in 2019 as a freshman, right? You in Jerry's World for the game against the Aggies.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you've been there. You've been there, part of that experience, but obviously a lot more on the line this year. You know, I know it's a different team than last year, Jalen, but A&M does have a great tight end, Watermeyer, back, who had a big game against you guys last year. 2 touchdowns, about 100 yards receiving. Talk about the challenges of the A&M offense and him in particular.
He's a great tight end. You know, I mean, he can block, he can go out and catch passes. He's very flexible on the offense. So you get to watch out for him because he can push you in every which way. So we definitely have a game plan going in to minimize that. But like I said, you can't deny it. He's a great player, and he's I think one of the best tight ends I think in the country. So we just have to do our part, maintain him, and then I think we should be fine.
What do you think about Jimbo Fisher and his ability to put the number 2 quarterback in there and being able to improve from the Colorado game to New Mexico State last weekend?
I think Jimbo does a great job of quarterbacks. You know, I think he's a really good coach, really good quarterback coach. I know he does a good job of giving quarterbacks confidence, so I know he's going to try to make everything, comfortable for the quarterback, especially because the second game starting. So we just have to go in there and make it hard for him, bring as many, just make it an uncomfortable environment for him for sure. I know Oldham has a great plan for us, so we just have to execute it and just play our game.
Well, we've lost to them now 9 times in a row, and does that eat at you? Have you got this game circled? Tell us about that.
Pittman did a great job explaining that. There's a streak of it being 9 times, but I mean, no one cares about how many times the past. We're on a game right now. And it's an opportunity to go out and play a great game, put in a great environment.
Okay.
So it's just 2 good teams going at it. So
it's going to be a hell of an environment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
We had on Dan Hampton. We have Dan Hampton every Friday before you, Jalen, and he was a Razorback All-American and obviously one of the great NFL players of all time. And we were talking about y'all's defensive line, in particular Ridgeway, and the challenges that he brings to an offensive line because one guy mostly can't block him. Talk about how that defensive line, Trey Williams and Markell, and obviously the guys from last year, how they're making a difference for guys like Grant and Hayden and Bumper in making tackles.
Oh, they're making it, like I said before, they're making the jobs a lot easier from the linebackers to the secondary. They do a great job of getting penetration in the backfield. They just know how to hit their gaps really well. And I think if you can do that and then cause penetration, I mean, everything else just kind of falls in place from the linebacker to the back end. So, no, they've been a great addition to our team. And it's been nothing but positivity from on my part when I talk about them because, I mean, they just made our defense to a whole nother level. So, I just told them to keep playing like that, and, it's not going unnoticed.
We're visiting with Jalen Catalon, brought to you by Centennial Bank every Friday. I mentioned Watermeyer, which is, he's probably an all-conference tight end. I hadn't mentioned obviously one of the best running backs in the nation, Spiller, who was back again. He was tough last year. Talk about him.
Spiller does good at his reading. He has great vision. He knows when to hit the hole, and like I say, he runs behind his pads. And I just think that he's in a great system. So I think from our part, we just have to do a great job of, like I said, containing him and, just not let him do what he does best. And I think if we do that, we'll be fine as a defense. But like I said, he's a great running back, and, definitely high praise for him.
I liked what I was watching the Hog Plus, and it showed how Coach Pittman got a little irritated with you guys after the second quarter that Georgia Southern had scored 10 points and sort of got y'all's attention coming out of the third quarter, and you guys obviously shut him out. Just talk about Coach Pittman and his ability to push the right buttons with you guys.
Oh, yeah. Pittman's going to do a great job making sure both offense and defense, special teams, we play it to our standards. And if we don't, you're going to hear about it. And he had every right to do that. I think there was a couple of drives where we just kind of let them do what they wanted to do, and we kind of just didn't play our game. So once Pittman said that, we got the message, we received it, and then we went and took it and applied to the field. And after that, we shut him out. But, yeah, we just can't have those type of mistakes. Like we have a really high standard that Odom has set for us, the defense. So we just have to have that same mindset going to every single drive that we have. And if we do that, I mean, like I said, I think we be a really great defense. And we just got to keep that same energy going each and every drive we have, and not lose focus of that.
Just to put things in perspective, I played Jalen back in the day when we would play SMU down at Cowboy Stadium, and it was always sort of cool because back then it was Eric Dickerson playing for SMU, and they would have about 35,000 fans. We'd have about 35,000 fans. It was almost like a bowl game. You're going to have that same kind of deal this weekend. I mean, you're going to have 35,000 Aggies and about 35,000 Razorback fans. Talk about playing in that kind of environment in Jerry's world.
Oh, man, it's exciting. I can't wait for it. I'm from the area, so it's good to go back to the area. I got a lot of people coming to watch me, so it's just a great opportunity again, to go out and play, like I said, a really great team and a really great environment. So I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. But at the same time, do everything I can to help my team win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to embrace it because what you've done so far this season is the reason that place is going to be packed this weekend. That's what's happened. I mean, there's some people that were putting this on that were thinking, well, we won't go to the A&M game. We're going to go see the Texas game and all that. But because of what you did to Texas, that's making a lot of people head on down there to A&M. I want to ask you something about your haircut since we can hear the ambience back there like nobody's business. I got to ask you now. Of course, I'm going to be going to a place where I host a Razorback party every week. But this is going to be my first time hosting that party because I've been sick, been out of town and all that. And if something happens, they're going to blame me on it, Jalen. They're going to blame me. If something were to happen, not saying it will you change up your haircut at all?
Man, you know me, I got to keep my same haircut, a little taper I can't change up on it, man. My boy AC gets me right, so.
All right, that's it.
I can't switch up on it.
But it won't be our fault then. It won't be our fault. We'll just have to push and say, man, you got to get your man. All right,
does your haircut have a name?
It's called the Catalan Special.
The catalog. Well, now have you tweeted out you call him AC? Is that his name, AC?
Yeah, his name Anthony, but we call him AC.
Have you tweeted out anything about him? A picture of you when you do this every Friday? Are you keeping that private?
When I go every Friday after the haircut, I go on my Instagram story, and he usually tags me in a little video he does for me, and I post it out. So
okay,
I have a lot of people hit me up to get a cut from him after all those videos. So. No, his name's coming up, so you better watch out for him.
Well, it's funny. I mean, now where you get that cut? Is that down there? Is that in the dorm or the football facility? Is that right?
It's actually in Bentonville.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Take a little trip.
I go about 30 minutes. Yeah, I go about 30 minutes to get my haircut. Like
it's worth it.
Wow, that's serious. That's serious commitment.
That's serious. Well, yeah, you're not just going to somebody.
Well, listen, we're all rooting for you, Jalen, and we're expecting a great game, and can't wait to get pumped up about it. It's a 2:30 start. CBS, you are the national game, and we wish you nothing but the best. Can't wait to talk to you about a win next week when we get you on the phone.
Big time.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I appreciate y'all having me once again.
All right. Well, thank you,
Jalen. Go home.
Brought to you by Centennial Bank. Yeah, how about that? Drives 30 minutes to Bentonville.
Listen, a little NIL money helped the gas along the way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
For.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you think about that, and he was in 2019. He was part of the Chad Morris team that went down there and played, and actually played and pretty close, even though the teams were not, talent-wise, weren't very close.
No.
So,
what out of those last 10 games? Has he been to 5 of them?
What's that?
Out of the last 10 games that the Razorbacks have played at him, how many has he been?
No.